All right, this is the next fight we have is what I've been looking forward to. We had both these ladies on the show, Joan Nelson, Cherelle Warren. It was a rematch at 140 pounds, mixed martial arts rule set.
Now, did you see the first fight?
I did not.
I did not see the fight either.
So here's the interesting thing. We talked to Joan Nelson. She actually has a connection to Dan Kirkpatrick here. Dan Kirkpatrick has been the ring announcer for all of Joan Nelson's fights. Is that not an interesting little statistic there for you?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe playing it fast and loose with the word interesting, but.
Man, that was a wild dude, Stephen Bell. I was going to try and ask him some questions, but he was not ready to speak.
I don't think he was, I think he was just thinking about beating more people up.
Yeah.
And then he says he beat anybody, fight anybody.
Yeah. I was a little worried for my life while I was in there. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and I'm not going in there to save K, man. Go ahead, Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Go in there and it's like when you push the fat friend down when you're getting chased by a bear. Is that what I'm going in there for?
You distract him, I'll choke him.
All right, well, here we go. Joan Nelson making her way to the K4 cage. Back-to-back K4 events. Last time out, she had a loss against Carolyn Hode in an incredible 3-round fight. Now she goes for a rematch against Cherelle Warren, who she's already won up in the series.
Yeah, so they're having a real rematch. Joan Nelson came off maybe fight of the night on the last card. She put on such a performance against Hode. What a war that was. She already has a win over Cherelle. She's able to put her on the floor and dominate her on the ground. She's looking to stand up a little bit more with her this time. She said she wants to display more of her technique.
They always say that, but they go with what they know best.
Yeah, she loves that front headlock. She goes right to the headlock clinch and puts her on the ground. Very Ronda Rousey style.
Yeah, and I don't see that changing.
Yeah, she really needs to work a whole front headlock series, and she can be very dangerous in that position. She gets to the, when she makes the clinch, she makes that entry very easily.
Now, with Cherelle, what do you think what she got to do to survive?
Cherelle's got to keep this on the feet and drop those bombs that Cherelle is known for.
How about when Nelson go for the headlocks? What she got to do?
She should not let her get in that close. She needs to pummel in, not let her wrap up her head. She needs to stop the clinch before it happens. Always have the inside control on that, on inside of her bicep. So she reaches around, get her hand on the inside of the bicep so she can't control her head.
Now, do you think that size is going to be a factor here, the tallness of Nelson, height?
The height really, really helps Nelson in this matchup. Cherelle is looking ripped, though. Look at her come out. She looks the best I've seen her.
From ring girl to on the main card, Cherelle Warren can do it all.
Black belt Mike Dubenauer in his corner. Scar MMA in her corner. She's got a big crew with her.
The tagline for the next event I work is strong as a mother fighter. And I think that applies here. Both these women mothers, both incredible. We've got a superwoman over here in Joan Nelson who fights. Her husband's a firefighter. I'm pretty sure her kids skydive and stuff like that. The whole family's just incredible at what they do. Cherelle Warren, on the other hand, not much different for Cherelle Warren. Very talented individual. Like I said, she was a ring card girl here the last time. Now she puts the gloves back on and is ready to take this loss off of her record against Joan Nelson.
Also a mother. You know, when you're a mom, you got a lot of pent-up rage and listen to kids cry, whine, and now they're going to smack it out of each other. Cherelle looks focused.
In the blue corner, she's got a record of 2 men, 1 jiu-jitsu fighter out of Rochester, New York.
Look at the muscles on Nelson's arm.
Huge jack.
Standing 5'7", official weight of 137.7 pounds.
I like the green shorts as well.
And her opponent, she's a striker with a record of 2-4, hailing from Buffalo, New York. She represents Western New York MMA and Star MMA, standing 5'1", weighing
come out and touch. Great respect shown.
Yeah, this is more of a competitive rivalry than a personal one. No disrespect, no
Both these
ill
girls
will.
are so respectful. Cherelle's doing a lot better job circling already. She's not letting herself get back into the cage, using that lateral movement.
Well, see, I feel if you lose the first fight, you have more room, you know what I mean? You can grow more and develop as opposed to winning.
Cherelle's already
find
looking.
your holes in that first loss.
Cherelle's already looking to land that big overhand right. He's got a big knockout with that. Joan got her put up against the wall early. Cherelle's doing a good job circling out. Both exchange knees.
See if Joan Nelson can potentially get this to the ground here.
Cherelle needs to jack this up, turn her off, separate.
Cherelle Warren,
now.
excuse me, Jeff, I'm sorry. Cherelle Warren has such strong legs, though. You can see.
Look at that uppercut. That was a nice uppercut. She made space with her forearm. She is strong.
Brute strength of Cherelle Warren, digging for that one underhook there. Maybe needs to get one on the other side.
Joan should switch off to a single here. She's going to have a very difficult time powering through Cherelle.
Yeah, she can't get those hands clasped to really finish the takedown or get them up over the butt.
If Cherelle was versed in guillotine, she should go to guillotine right now. But
she's got that head. She's dropping back. Does Cherelle Warren potentially have this choke here?
Joan looks okay. She's not putting her down on the mat.
I can't see referee Brandon Medina obstructing my view here, folks, but it looks like potentially that could be on the chin.
It's on the chin, but she can't turn her head to really lock in the choke because his arm in guillotine.
And you got to figure, though, Joan Nelson is holding up the weight of Cherelle Warren this entire time.
Now it's down on the ground. Now Cherelle can turn, but Joan passed the half guard now.
That takes a lot of the pressure off. She can get over to the side, control that Von Flue choke, maybe an option for her?
It could be. Cherelle should really get a butterfly hook right now, which means she's going to take her outside leg, put it in the inside, and push her away. She is really going to town in this guillotine.
Very hard to finish a guillotine from this angle. Not impossible.
Joan looks like she's in a little bit of discomfort, but she's staying calm, staying composed, and looking to start the pass here.
Cherelle could burn out her arms here on this choke attempt if she's
Joan's
not
head's
careful.
out. She's already got her ear to the chest.
Yep, once
She's no
that
longer
ear
being
gets
choked.
passed, you're pretty much safe.
It's down to just being a esophagus choke, no longer a blood choke. Now she's going for a Von Flute to counter, just like you called earlier, Ben.
Thank you for the education there you gave me, gentlemen.
Now with this fight, Nelson could hit her now when they're in the ground.
She could hit her, but she actually has a submission attempt on right now.
Yep, she's going to try to step over to that other side.
Now
Maybe
she's
not.
ground and
She's got her
pound.
mounted.
In their first battle, Joan spent a lot of time on top, but she could not strike.
Cherelle really not in too much trouble here with 10 seconds
to go.
All right, there we go. Cherelle Warren just kind of hanging on for the last few seconds there.
She did a good job. A lot of those punches are just grazing off of her forearms, but they're all scoring.
Here's where she jump-started for that guillotine here.
The guillotine was tight. She needed, when she got her hips to the floor, to angle her hips so she can get the arm around.
I wonder if she had a tighter body lock there, if that would have done her a little bit more favors on that choke.
Yeah, if she didn't have the arm inside underneath, so she had her arm trapped inside as well, if she had just a straight guillotine on her neck, that would be the way to finish. But because she had the arm inside, she needs to get out to the side to make torquing pressure to choke her on the neck. So she needs to be able to turn her hips. So Joan did a very educated job of staying up and not allowing Cherelle to turn her hips to finish that choke. It was a very good defense by Joan and a very good attack by Cherelle. Now we're going to see the girls' conditioning.
Synthesis BJJ, an incredibly talented school. The likes of Jonathan Piersma out of there, pro fighter that's on his way to the UFC, if not already getting offers.
We're going to see how Cherelle's arms are after that last round.
That was my concern, is maybe she burned out those arms, but you know, the way she's moving, it doesn't look like the last lactic acid, has built up too much.
Cherelle looking good with the movement.
Locks her up. What is she going to try to
Right
do?
into Joan's headlock.
It's got to be discouraging if you're Cherelle Warren, especially with the way that round ended. Over 2 minutes and 30 seconds to work for Joan Nelson.
It's got to be especially discouraging. We've all, like the story of the fight coming in was avoid that headlock, and now you got headlock thrown early in the round. She really needs to start to make some pressure and get up and not let Joan mount here.
Cherelle keeping her locked down as best she can, though. She let go of that grip.
For the fans screaming at home, these are amateurs. They cannot elbow here. Cherelle needs to make a frame and start to come up instead of just do run.
Joan looking to maybe get onto like she's got that arm trapped. This is not good if you're Cherelle Warren.
Cherelle is not quite trapped. She's able to get her arm underneath. Now Joan's going to trap it, do a little bit better job. And
she
now
thought about that submission for just a second.
Nelson with some vicious
got her
punches.
trapped.
Cherelle can't go. Yeah, she can't go anywhere here. She's just kind of stuck.
Long time left, more than half the round remaining, minute 40.
Both arms trapped, the ground and pound. Cherelle Warren not able to go anywhere. That is it. Joan Nelson shuts out Cherelle Warren here, 2-0 in the series. No trilogy possible, folks. It's got to feel good if you're Joan Nelson to know that you can come in here and do that twice.
Man,
I wouldn't want to get in the cage with Nelson.
me either. Look at Cherelle. She looks so good. Moving on the feet. She should just made one little mistake. That mistake
Wrapping up
the
with
fight.
it.
Yeah.
She needs to kind of caveman corner, Jim.
Yeah, like there's so much going on in MMA. If you make one mistake, the fight's over. That's why there's so much to learn and why the amateurs are so important. Wins or losses don't matter here. It's just about getting better.
Yep, that's true.
We have one more mixed martial arts bout left before we head to our performance on tap by the one ballistic man. After that, we are back for, I believe, 6 more fights on tap, mixed between Muay Thai rule set, MMA, and Pro Muay Thai. Been fun so far here tonight at K4. Rise Up at the Buffalo River Works, brought to you by Buffalo Cryo, Armstrong's Armory, and Fight Family Apparel.
Wait, no good leaf no more? Yeah, that's a tough fight right there. Nelson's, she's ready for some more fights.
All right, folks, we send it in to Dan Kirkpatrick for the official decision.
At 1 minute and 28 seconds into round number 2, your winner by TKO, Nelson.
A lot of respect shown between Cherelle and Joan, as there was before the fight. Like I said, very much a competitive rivalry, no ill will or distaste towards either one of these athletes from each other. Joan Nelson missed her opportunity last time out to get that Jeff Dens post-fight interview in. She gets the opportunity now as she's taking those photos with her team, going and showing respect to the other corner. Let's send it up, though, to Jeff Dens for the post-fight interview.
All right, I'm here with your winner, Joan Nelson. How are you feeling after that battle?
Oh, I feel absolutely amazing. Cherelle is awesome. I know she's hometown here, so let's give it up for Cherelle.
Awesome. So I got one question to ask. How tight was that guillotine?
I mean, it was tight, but not tight enough, so.
I love the sound of that. You did a very good job defending and staying up. What's next for you in K4?
K4, I mean, I'd love to come back. Maybe we get another shot at Cara and I go at it again, but really, I'm just here to fight. I want to fight whoever, whenever. I'm forward to Keith.
Keith just gave me the thumbs up for the rematch with Cara. I think we need to make that happen, promoter Keith.
Awesome. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Hope you're having a good time.
Let's give it up for Joan Nelson!
Love Joan Nelson's attitude every time she's in that cage, folks.
I wonder if her kids want to fight.